Everybody, Ian Marsh here. We're going to have some fun today. Now, if only my school teachers could see me when I'm sharing my words of wisdom right now. So, I know many of you, when you saw the term Albert Einstein got it wrong, you probably had a few doubts in your head. But I'm telling you, in fact, I bet you $2. I bet anyone out there $2 by the time I finish this training today. If I'm wrong, I will happily pay you the $2. So, okay, so we're going to have a lot of fun here. Now, please, I've had a little bit of challenges with audio in the past. Now, I went down to JB Hi-Fi. I got myself a U-Butte fancy cable. I'm hoping that I'm coming through loud and clear. And if anybody is out there, please put in the chat box and let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. Is that okay? I would appreciate your assistance, ladies and gentlemen. I am looking at one of 3 screens that I have in front of me, and bearing in mind we're just waiting for a couple more people to tune in, and we will kick this off. So guys, if you can hear me loud and clear, pop it in there. And what I'm going to do, please yell out to me. I'm here now. If you cannot hear me, if it's coming through crackly, I want to make sure that I'm getting the message through loud and clear. So, here we go. What we're going to cover off on today is actually, in all seriousness, something that I want all of you to understand. Because being a business consultant, look, so many clients come to me because they want to, fast track the results in their company. They want to get, more leads, more profits, more freedom, more time. They want to create a business. That's why people seek me out. And over the time that I've been doing this, which is, I started helping other business owners in 2006. That's 16, it's 19 years, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit of time. So over these periods where I've been helping people, I found one common thread, and that's what I'm going to address here today. So we're going to be talking about how Albert Einstein got it wrong in business. Now, I've got a lot of respect for the big guy, but I think, as you will see shortly, I have it right here. So let's get started, shall we, and have a bit of fun. Right, you've heard this saying, okay? If you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. Who's heard that? Well, obviously a lot of you have. And what I'm here to tell you is that Albert did get it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And if you watch very carefully, I'm going to prove through very scientific processes just why Albert's wrong and Ian Marsh is right. So, let's use the example. Let's just imagine that we've got 2 people and they started in business 30 years ago, and they decided to open up a car yard, a used car yard. And let's just say it was in a little place where we can all relate to, where time has stood still, and let's call it Tasmania. Now, I love Tasmania, so I'm paying you the biggest compliment on the planet. So who else out there wishes time could stay still? However, we're going to say these 2 used car lots were opened in Tasmania, and we've got 2 business owners. We've got Mrs. I'm building a business, and Mr. to do it right, do it yourself. They start this business up and they go, you beauty. And for, 15, 20 years, life's going well, and they're doing well, and in this little place, there's 100 cars that are sold every month. Okay, they're both getting fairly similar results. So they're both getting 50 sales each a month. Are you with me on this? Okay, so life's good and everything's traveling along okay, but the world starts changing, and Mrs. I'm building a business says to herself, well, you know what? I want to create a real business, not a job. I'm sick of being here. I haven't had a holiday in 20 years. It's about time other people started taking on some responsibilities. I need a better team around me. And so to do that, she said to herself, well, okay, I don't know what I don't know, so I'm going to find Mr. Mentor so he can help me. Now, at the same time, Mr. to do it right, do it yourself is snickering in the background, going, oh, look at all that money Mrs. I'm building a business is going to be wasting. But Mr. Mentor says, hey, month 1, let's start looking at your sales team, because I hate to say this to you, Mrs. I'm building a business, but your sales team suck. They really do not know how to communicate with the client, and they're not listening to the client. And in fact, half of your sales team don't even listen to the ladies when they come in. They think that the women don't know what they want, and they only deal with the men. They're obviously not married, okay? So we're going to fix that. We're going to enlighten your sales team so they learn to understand what the prospect wants, needs, and desires. And what do you know? After doing a month of training, some crazy things were happening. So within a month, guess what? 60 sales started to go to Mrs. I'm Building a Business, and those out of those 100 cars per month that are sold, Mr. I'm Do It Right, Do It Yourself only got 40 sales. Are you with me on this? Is this making sense, ladies and gentlemen? All right, well, from there, we said, right, month 2, let's have a look at what's going on. And so Mr. Mentor said, we're going to be installing guarantees in your business, Mrs. I'm Building a Business, because we want to reverse the risk of people making a decision. What if they buy the car and they hate the thing? What do we do about that? Well, how about we put a guarantee in? Okay, take the car back. If you don't absolutely love it after 7 days, bring the car back and we'll give you your money back. How crazy is that? And Mr. To Do It Right, Do It Yourself is laughing his head off now, saying, oh, she's going to go out of business because everyone's going to bring their car back. But guess what? That didn't happen. Because now, if you have a look here, I'm going to draw some pens here to highlight the point. How many sales has Mrs. I'm Building a Business got now? She's got 70 sales. So she's getting a disproportionate share of the available market, ladies and gentlemen. Who's getting that? Now, you notice Mr. To Do It Right, Do It Yourself over here is getting a bit smaller, and he only got 30 sales for the month. He was getting 50. What do you think's happening to his overheads now? What do you think's happening to his fixed expenses that he's still got to pay? Because he hasn't actually started changing what he's doing, can you start to see the changes here? Can you start to see that if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten? It's not starting to ring true, is it? Is my $2 safe, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know, but let's continue, shall we? Maybe some of you need a bit more convincing. So Mr. Mentor says, right, month 3, I've got to tell you this, Mrs. I'm Building a Business. We're going to start executing social media into your business, because social media is one of the most cost-effective ways for you to actually reach your target market now. Now, with that, when that got implemented in month 3, you can see Mr. To Do It Right, Do It Yourself actually went upside down. And this is very sad. This is what I'm saying is, in all seriousness, let me speak to you. I've got to look to you face to face now, because this really is serious. So many businesses I've seen have gone out of business because the business owner has refused to see what's going on in the marketplace, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys watching me, you're obviously street smart. You're wanting to know better ways so you can stay ahead of the market and have a disproportionate share of the available market. And that's the smart thing to do. So if you keep doing what you've always done, you're not going to get what you've always gotten, because the world is changing, and it has never been changing at a faster rate than it is right now. Are you feeling me here? So the story continues. Let me go back to the scientific experiment that I'm sharing with you now. All right, so I've shared with you the fact that if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to start getting different results, because other people are going to start implementing new ideas, new strategies, and new formulas into their business that chances are, not you because you're street smart, but other people may be sticking their head in the sand about and ignoring. So I wonder if you remember any of these companies. Do you remember Tandy, or another name for it is Radio Shack? Why did they go broke, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it was because they didn't transition when the online world came in. They had stores all over the place, retail stores, and they made it very, very clunky. They didn't manage to offer their services online. And so as a result, they had huge overheads, huge staff, and they crumbled under the weight. What about Blockbuster? Now, here's a funny one for you. So you remember this joint, okay? VCRs, DVDs, CDs, license to make money. I know. Well, let me tell you a little story here. And again, it's probably something that I shouldn't laugh about. But did you know that Netflix, anyone heard of that little company called Netflix? Netflix came to Blockbuster and saw the CEO and said, hey, listen, I got a great company here. I reckon there'll be great synergy between the two. Blockbuster, Netflix, you can get your businesses. In fact, when Netflix started, what they did was they put the VCRs and the CDs or DVDs into a postage pack and posted it off to you. That was the actual initial start of Netflix. However, Blockbuster didn't see the big picture, and they said, what would I want that for? And you know how much they were asking? $50 million for the business. Guess how much Netflix is worth now, ladies and gentlemen? It's about $33 billion. Yeah, that's with a B. So, again, I'm just glad I wasn't the CEO at the time. You getting me here? So, coming back to it, there's one thing in common, and we'll get to that in a second. Now, think of Kodak. Do you remember Kodak? Well, they are still in business. They're a multi-billion-dollar company, ladies and gentlemen. Anything to do with printing and anything to do with photography, Kodak dominated. It was really a monopoly. Having said that, the ironic part is Kodak invented digital photography, but they never believed it would take off. I mean, man, oh man, talk about a bad judgment call. And because of that, they didn't see what was happening in the market and they KO'd. They weren't listening, ladies and gentlemen. So the market changed, they didn't listen, and as a result, they tanked big league. Is any of this making sense to you? Because I'm making a plea to you right now, again, as a business consultant. Again, I want to look you in the eye here. Let me look you in the eye and share something with you. If you haven't worked it out yet, I really love helping business owners succeed. And so one of my favorite things that I see is a business transformation when I see the business owners just with a little bit of the right knowledge at the right time absolutely blossom and do amazing things. And so I'm saying to you, please listen to the market. It has changed. And the market's given you an incredible gift right now. What's that gift? It's called social media. It's what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm communicating with you. And guess what? This isn't costing me any money. This is free. This is me talking to you. Chances are so many of you are business owners. And please put in the comments. Let me know what you do and if you agree with what I'm sharing here now. And like me, okay? Follow me so you don't miss out on any of these words of wisdom that I do share with you. And again, they only come from many, many years of expensive experience, guys, because if any of you know my story, you know that I've had some pretty amazing highs, pretty amazing lows, and thankfully some pretty amazing highs again. So I really get my buzz out of, in fact, I did something, you know. I actually wrote a book, okay, The Inconvenient Truth About Business Success, because business can be inconvenient. It's a lot of fun, okay? And there are huge rewards, but you gotta not stick your head in the sand sometimes and pretend that the world's not changing. You've got to constantly stay at the edge of what's going on. I mean, when was the last time someone went up to you and says, hey, Bob, what's old? Well, they don't do that. They go, oh, hey, Bob, what's new? And that's what you have to do. That's your responsibility as the owner, the leader. You need to inspire. You need to stay on the edge of what's going on so you don't become a victim of all the changes that are happening. Please tell me I'm making sense. I want to cut through. Put it in the comments. And again, I really love hearing from you. I get back to all of you. Personally, by the way. Okay, I get back to you personally. All right, so the story continues. The world has given you a gift. It's called social media, and I have a confession to make, ladies and gentlemen. You ready for that confession? Well, I hated social media. I truly did. I figured, why do all these people waste so much time on social media and seeing what people had for dinner and talking about inane things? That was until, again, one of my mentors, because I always have mentors in my life, ladies and gentlemen. So my digital mentor said, you goose, don't you realize you can get to your target market for free And better than that, let me come back to you. Again, this is another look me in the eye moment. I'm looking you in the eye right now. Cujo, you behave yourself. Okay, so I'm looking you in the right eye right now, and I'm saying to you, why do people generally do business with other people? And remember, no matter how technical you get, it's always people doing business with people. Please do not forget that with all the technology that's around. But using social media, how many of you actually are getting a feel for the sort of person I am? Some of you'll love me, some of you'll hate me, some of you think that I'm pretty cool, some of you may think I'm a goose. But those of you that like me, and there's enough of you to keep me in the lifestyle that I enjoy, will get to know me, like me, and trust me. Where else can you get this sort of connection that we're getting right now? Me to you, talking and giving my truth to you. Well, there's no other medium. And that's why social media works so well, because the real market now, okay, is the followers and the audience that you start to generate that start to trust you. And this is the power of social media, ladies and gentlemen. So don't ignore it. You got to learn to embrace it, as I have. And you know what? Have a look at these stats, because I did the stats the other day, and that's what motivated me to put on my upcoming business school. Let me share the screen. My marketing costs reduced by 70% to get the same result. Okay, and my conversions went through the roof. Now, again, understand this. I just want to be clear. I really enjoy life now. Okay, my need to be great has largely passed. I might still have a few things left in me, but I love the life I lead. I spend 80% of my time on my horse property these days, and someone's got to have a really compelling reason to get me out of God's country on the Gold. But what I do is I love helping people that are serious about growing their companies, and I get a real buzz out of it. And so social media is one of the things I see so many business owners ignoring, as I did for many years. And I'm here to tell you to stop it. You cannot ignore it anymore. You want to take advantage of this amazing gift, because as with everything, this gift will not be here forever. Okay? And so if you want to connect with your prospects, your clients, trust me, they're out there and they're watching and they're looking at what's out there. And so if you want to connect with them and get them to know you, like you, and trust you, there is no better way than social media. So here's the good news. What I've done is I always understand what the market's doing, always think of the market. And so my upcoming business school that I put together, what I did was create the ultimate social media system for business owners that hate social media. Is that you? So I know it's me. I mean, understand, I do not want to spend countless hours on end on a computer making ridiculous posts and having a picture of Yoda with some words of wisdom around it. That's not what you're about. You want to be doing what you do so well. However, if you can commit 20 to 30 minutes a day to you investing in your business, let's think about what's the most important thing in your business. Isn't it generating qualified leads and generating sales, so that's the lifeblood of your business? Well, if you agree with me there, then you have no option but to learn this system. And again, it's only 20 to 30 minutes a day, but if you could reduce your marketing costs by up to 70% and increase your conversions because they already know you before they even think to start connecting and doing business with you, how cool would that be? Well, to me, I think that's what it's all about, because as the owner, I believe the owner of the organization is responsible, must have the finger on the pulse for the marketing and the sales of the company. So that's why I put this together, and the ultimate, and I say the ultimate social media system for business owners that hate social media, because you will soon see the power of this. Now, it's on the 23rd to the 25th of July, ladies and gentlemen. And again, one thing I can promise you is that I'll be showing you the money by the time you walk out of there. And again, this is for members. So my business school is for members, but I do have an opportunity. If this is making sense and you want to know more, I do have an opportunity. There's a few scholarships that I have open. I might only have 5 or 6 places left. And if you're interested in a partial scholarship and you want to start being more street smart in how you're approaching things, then, we should have a conversation, and perhaps you should join me on the Gold Coast. And I'm going to show you one of the most amazing ways for you to generate qualified leads in your business, that more importantly has people predisposed to want to do business with you before you actually even offer anything to them for sale, because they already know what you got. Okay, isn't that cool? So again, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I've made my point. Put down in the comment, do you think I owe you $2? Have I proven that Albert Einstein got it wrong? That if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got? Because you won't, okay? If you always do what you always did, then guess what? Your competitor's going to start doing some new things that you ain't doing, and they're going to get what you got, so you ain't got it no more. Make sense? So again, Ian here. Always love having a chat with you. Put your comments down. Remember, like me, bite me, just don't fight me on this. Become more street smart rather than sheep smart in what you're doing. And if you like what I've been sharing with you, you think I resonate with you, you think you might be able to learn a few things from this bald-headed individual, then click the application form above. It is by application only, because I do want to know that I can help you before I invite you into our environment. And if I feel I can, then you'll be more than welcome, and I'll welcome you with open arms. All right, till next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care.